Right, hi guys. So we are shooting some HFR. So with dropping the chocolate orange and smashing it onto the table, basically you go to HFR. I've got mine set in the FN function button area, which means I can change my frame rate to different frame rates, obviously for 250, 500 and 1000 frames per second. 1000 frames per second, it crops in quite heavily. If we keep it at 500, once you've chosen that, you'll see here you get the proceed by shooting by pushing the middle button on here. So once my object's in focus and I've changed my apertures and shutter speed and everything, we can then push the middle button and it will basically lock the focus, and now basically it's looping. So I've got it set at record end half, which means it's recording half of the full buffer. One, it allows you twice as quick to save to the card, which means you can do more slow motion videos. And two, quite often if it's just like a fly taking off or a short moment in time, a bit like this, the orange or whatever, just dropping and smashing, you don't need that amount of time anyway because it happens very quickly. The other option is if you go record full, and it gives you up to like around about 7 seconds, I think. It allows you a little bit more time to do what you want to do and then push the movie button. So, you know, there's different ways of using it. So if I come back out there, push the middle button again, it's now disengaged that. If I go to the menu, go into the second folder and go down to HFR settings, you've got 4 settings here. So you've got the first one, which is your quality, recording data, so 50p. Then you've got your frame rate, which I can actually adjust in the function button here in the menu. Quick change. So sometimes I just want to do 250 frames a second rather than going into the menu, blah, 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 it's there. Priority, so we're going for quality rather than shoot time. And then end trigger. So I always generally use it on end trigger half just because it helps things move a bit quicker, you know, if you're recording purposes and stuff like that. So it helps you get the job done a bit more, you know, so you can do 3 or 4 videos quite quickly compared to if you were to do it on end trigger, which means it's the full amount of time. That way you got to wait and longer and longer. I mean, if you're doing something that you want the full amount of time, that's understandable, but most of the time I just have it on end trigger half. So it's 10 times slower, 500 frames per second. Anyway, so once you've done that, basics again is focus on whatever you want. You can adjust the ISO, so you can see that it gets brighter or darker. Ideally, try and shoot at 100 ISO, sorry. Obviously, you can adjust your aperture for different depth, but obviously you need more light. I'm at the minimum at the moment of 1/500th of a second. Once you set your shot up, so okay, that'd be right. You push the middle button in the wheel, and now it's looping. So basically, the buffer is being filled up all the time. So basically, if I put my hand in front like that, it's now recorded that, but it will wipe over that in a few seconds. So basically, all I do now is pick the orange up, drop it, push the movie button, and that's recorded what's just happened. If I was to have it on start record, which is the other option, basically if I went like that, pushed the movie button, then went round there, and then picked up and dropped it, you've missed the moment. It's already finished. The buffer's already happened. So it's a usable tool in that option. So really cool. Obviously it locks the focus, it locks all the settings, so you have to set the shot up. It's not like just normal video where you can track people and autofocus on people or animals or whatever and just track them and it'll just stay with them. Once it's locked, ready to do it, it is the way it is, and that's it. So, and that's a case of, I think even with like the phantoms and stuff like that the slow-mo guys use, I think they're in exactly the same situation because the frame rate and everything's so fast that, you know, even by the time something's focused, it's kind of ruined the shot probably. So I think that's why it's done it. You know, there's probably other reasons as well. And it's obviously probably using a lot of processing power just to do this. So anyway, but that's basically how I do it, and that's how the chocolate orange coming down happened. So when I did that, basically I put the chocolate orange down, focused on it. So for example, it's just the box now, but basically focused on it like that, push the middle button, and then I literally picked it up, held it up what I roughly thought, dropped it like that, and then pushed the record button, and then obviously it recorded what had actually happened. So that allowed it as a very easy way to do it. So anyway guys, hope that helps anybody who's trying to mess around with the HFR. It's very simple to do, but it does take a little bit of practice to get stuff, and I still miss the odd thing now because I've misjudged how long something's been doing something like a B or something like that, and I've missed it because I've just waited that 1 second. I mean, you're talking 2.5, 3 seconds for like half end, so it doesn't take long to actually write over the buffer again. That way you lose your footage. So you know, but anyway, please subscribe, please click the notification bell, and I'll see you soon.